Welcome to the very festive 32nd episode of the Addison County Country Minute. I'm your host, Dan Opinionated, and as always, a continued celebration of Don Harron. This program today is sponsored by Yes Please Cleaning Services. Now scheduling garage, basement, and attic cleanouts for January. Are those spaces looking like an episode of Hoarders? Having difficulty navigating down those stairs? Parking the car outside because there's no darn room in the garage? The hubby's saying he'll get to it. Away. Well, then put that foot down, pick up the rotary, and make the darn call. You can find them on that Facebook thingy dingy. Look for the butterfly. Hard-working folks looking to help. And we could all use a little bit of that, couldn't we? Yeah. No job too big, too small, too filthy, or stinky for that matter. You point, they take care of the rest. Give them a ring. You're welcome. On to the news. Well, it seems a feller had drunk a little too much hooch at a holiday party up there in Jen's. Decided it was time to get to going and headed home. Sure enough, a bit down the road, he was pulled over by a statey. Oh boy. Upon being tested, feller couldn't walk straight line, save his life. Nor could he drive for that matter. So the trooper wrote out a ticket and just handed it to the driver and bam! Another accident in the opposite lane. Seriously? Taking his attention away, the inebriated driver, figuring that the trooper might be a bit busy, decided he wasn't coming back to him. So he drove home, went to bed. He was awakened the next morning by a knock at the door and greeted by two state boys. "Are you Mr. Hoag?" they asked. "I am," he said. "Were you pulled over at the junction last night for driving under the influence?" The man admitted that he was. "And what did you do then?" the trooper asked. The man replied, "I drove my car home and went to bed." "Where is your car now?" the trooper asked. The man answered it was in the garage. "May we see the car?" asked the trooper. The man answered, "Sure." So they headed out to the garage. As the door opened, the man's face nearly fell off. Placed his hands behind his back. Why? Because inside was the state trooper's vehicular. Oh, 'twas a good night indeed. Oh boy. Oh, that's not good for him. In other news, a farmer and his wife were headed to Florida to attend their daughter's wedding. Farmer never been on a plane before and had a bit nervous. They agreed the wife would go as planned. And the farmer meet her at the hotel next day as he decided to make sure the chores and milking were done right. When the wife got to the hotel and checked in, she thought she'd send the farmer a quick text letting him know she got there okay. Yeah. As she typed in his phone number, she made a typo. And his message was sent to an elderly preacher's wife instead. It just so happened that her husband had sadly died just day 4. When the grieving old preacher's wife checked her messages, she read the one from the farmer's wife and let out a god-awful loud piercing scream and boom! Fainted on the floor. Oh, what? The sound of her falling, her family rushed into the room, tended to her, and then looked at her phone and saw the text. "My dearest, just checked into my room. Everything is prepared for your arrival tomorrow. P.S. It sure is hot down here." Oh, thud. Oh, no, that's not good. Oh, that poor lady's been through enough. Anyway. Tune in next week for another fast-paced, exciting, informative episode. And back. With the holidays upon us, The best way to get someone to remember you is to borrow money from them.